TitleMatchNetwork.com.
Rodman was a douche. Didn't take it serious. Showed up, definitely seemed impaired, which is dangerous. Anytime you wrestle impaired, but he's showing up to train with something he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. Showing up impaired. Smelled like shit. Out and out shit. It smelled horrible. It smelled like he was partying for 3 or 4 days and didn't shower. It was horrible working. And Malone was the absolute opposite. Took it serious, worked hard, had good ideas. Rodman was so bad that Hulk had to threaten him. Hulk went straight up to him and said, Dennis, calm the fuck down and relax. You got to work with us. We're all working together. You can either work with us or work against us. If you work against us, you're not going to be happy. And that was the end of that. I mean, once Hulk, I never saw Hulk do anything like that, man. I was like, holy fuck. I couldn't believe I just saw Hulk Hogan threaten Dennis Rodman.
Right.
Rodman back down. No doubt, Rodman back down. Leno took it pretty serious. We worked with him about 2 hours a day. Right after, and Leno would get up at 8, supposedly, go to the studio, work on a show, tape the show at 4, finish up around 5 or 6, come work with us for 2 hours, supposedly go back to the studio, work until midnight writing the final next day's show, and did it every day. He only no-showed us once, and it wasn't no-show, he called.
Right.
So I'm not showing up. And he took it pretty serious. And he was real serious. He didn't joke. He wasn't funny. And then on Saturday, he showed up when we did training on Saturday. He did hang out with us afterwards and tell jokes and shit. He was cool.
Huh. Did you get a feeling that the business was being exposed too much during that match?
Man, I would have to know what the time frame is. I know when I first got to WCW, and even first when I first started doing the Waters, I had an AOL. Back then, it was the online shit was a little different, but AOL gave me my own message board, I think, or something. I remember being real specific about not exposing the business. That would have been 97, 98. Do you know when that match was, the Malone one?
Probably like 97, 98.
Probably a little later, because I don't think I was Mortis on that one. I think I was on that show. I think I might have done the 3-way with Perry and Raven, which would have been a little later. Now, it's amazing to me. I get the timeline so confused. I don't know. To say the business was exposed anytime after 84 and Stossel, you know, if you want to believe, you're going to believe. If you don't want to believe, you're not going to believe. But if you want the truth, just go back to 1984 and watch the John Stossel report. I mean, he exposed everything. You heard Bob Backlund talking in the ring, saying what he's going to do. You know, Eddie Mansfield showed that we blade. I mean, it was exposed in 84. For us to even try to hold on until 97 was pushing it.
Right.
You know, and I think there's a fine line between, I would have loved to work in the 60s and 70s when they believed it. You know, it would have been so much easier. But, you know, after 84 and Stossel, it's amazing to me that I was still getting a question in 97. You know, it's amazing to me. I really do believe it, whether you're going to, if you want to believe, you can force yourself to believe it. If you don't want to believe, you're going to see how fake it really is. You know, I saw in 84 when I went to see it, you know, when I was fourth row ringside for Night of Champions. And those are some of the best in the world. And I saw daylight between punch. All you have to see is daylight between one punch and the guy sell it and you know it's fake.
Yeah.
Man, there's that fine line between insulting people's intelligence by telling them it's real. And, you know, I'm kind of glad we've gone where we've gone. And there's no going back now. You know, but no, I don't. You know, and a lot of people say the death of WCW was putting the belt on David Arquette. My God, WCW was so dead by that point anyway.
Yeah.
At least the hole was already in the Titanic. We might not have sunk yet, but there was no saving us.
How did you wind up being the guy to train the celebrities in WCW? And you kind of told us off camera about Rodman and Leno, and share some of those stories, Karl Malone.
I think I got to be around Eric a little bit more than most because of Paige in different situations. I think Eric recognized that I went to college. I had a head on my shoulders. I could deal with things outside of wrestling, and I was creative as far as wrestling goes as well. So I think when the opportunity came to work for the Jesse Ventura movie, I think just based on him being around me and knowing my love of the business, my knowledge of the business, and that I had somewhat of a head on my shoulder as the creative head, I think I was the obvious choice for him to send me up to Toronto and work on the Jesse Ventura story. And I think I can't speak for Eric, but I think he probably knew about Ready to Rumble when he did that, and I think Jesse Ventura was like a training ground for me,
Right.
so I could go and do the Ready to Rumble thing. I think from being down to Power Plant, I trained a lot of guys, that came up and worked with a lot of guys. I had a history of training Kidman. I worked with Scott Vick a lot of the young new guys, and it got to the point where Terry liked me a lot. Like I said, Terry Taylor liked me a lot. So any new guy that came in, literally a quote from Terry Taylor once at a Disney taping. I think I was working, I don't know who the hell I was working, but he told the poor guy who was working me, if you don't have a good match with Chris Kanyon, hang up your boots right now.
Right.
So because of Terry, I got that role of any new guy that was coming in, I was the guy that got to work him. So when Al Snow came in, and I heard about Al, and I'd seen some of Al's stuff, I went to Terry and said, hey, I'm getting Al, right? He goes, no, you're not. I was pissed, man. It was actually Barry Houston got that shot.
Right.
To work with Al. And I remember, I like Barry a lot. I think Barry ended up being all right. I think Barry ended up being a millionaire. I think he won a lawsuit against the injury. He got hit by a car or something. But Barry was real talented, so I wasn't too upset. But I got that reputation of being the guy to make other people look good. So I think because of that, because of my work down to Power Plant, because of working on the Jesse Ventura story and Ready to Rumble, and since I was at the Power Plant a lot, I think one of my first was when they brought in Kevin Green and Mongo to do the match with Flair and Arn. I guess that's where Mongo turned. I kind of forget the angle. They need someone at the Power Plant to Flair and Arn didn't want to get in there with these two fucking idiots. Huh. And I should say that about Kevin Green. Because Kevin was cool, but Mongo he's weird. He's crazy. Bad. But did Flair and Arn come down there and like, all right, we want to see the match, and we put together a match, and they asked me to help. And then they had me and Sergeant Buddy Lee Parker, do the roles of Flair and Arn watched the match. So I picked Flair, of course, and I did everything, dude. I didn't beg off to call him in. Everything I've ever seen Flair do, did the Flair flip in the corner,
right,
wooing. Flair and Arn were laughing their ass off as I'm doing Flair for them against Mongo and Kevin. And I think that from that point on, I think I kind of got known as the guy who, since I worked with Mongo and Kevin so much, then it led into Rodman and Malone, Jay Leno, and doing their movies.
How are those guys?
Kevin's awesome. Mongo worked hard, I guess. I don't know. Mongo it's amazing to me he was such a good football player because he's such a horrible wrestler, man. I thought you'd have to be a natural athlete to be that good at football. But he was awkward, and I don't know how he was able to play football so well when he was so fucking bad at wrestling. It was funny. I liked him. He was nuts, man. There was a girl. We were in a bar. I think it was in Charlotte again. And some girl came over and goes, man, Mongo's making me go up to his room. Can you please come up with me? I'm like, all right. I never really dealt with Mongo much. But, dude, we go up to his room, man. And I don't want to stooge him off, so I'm not going to say everything he was doing. But
right.
He was doing a lot of bad stuff. And these girls were petrified, man. And this motherfucker out of nowhere he did the whole Steve-O thing where he fucking had the shot with the salt and the fucking lime and and literally fucking snorted the salt, and it was salt.
Right.
But he did. He snorted the salt, took the fucking lime, squoze it in his own eye, and then took the shot. Didn't even drink it. Fucking threw it as hard as he could against the wall, man. And just kept doing it. And these girls were fucking freaking out. And they ran away. Mongo was crazy, man. But I'll tell you what, I go back and watch the tapes. I kind of liked him on the commentary.
Yeah, he was definitely fun.
He had a fucking energy. He loved it. You could tell he loved it. He was fun to travel with. Me and Raven worked him and Malenko once. We had a fucking poor Malenko, man. When he saw the booking sheet that we were on the fucking road with him, he's like, oh my God, I got to team with this guy every night. So now Raven's a serious character, and Malenko's this fucking serious character. I'm a goofball, so I can do whatever the fuck I want. Me and Raven get in the ring, and Raven's sitting in the corner doing his fucking thing, and his hair's in his face. And I'm sitting there, and fucking Malenko comes in, he jumps over, and then he looks at fucking Mongo. And you see Mongo grab the rope, and you can tell he's going to try to jump over. And we all go, oh no. And fucking sure enough, poor Mongo catches his foot and fucking falls. And now Malenko's trying to be serious, and it's his partner, and he just puts his head down, and I just see his shoulders shaking. And I look at Raven, and he's totally shaking. I was like, oh my God, poor fucking... That match, it was impossible to come back from that match. I mean, we went home early in that one. Mongo is not good.
Watch thousands of exclusive shoot interviews right now on TitleMatchNetwork.com.